Hey folks, Arizona guy here. It's December 15th, 2024. Phoenix, Arizona. It is a beautiful 74 degrees. It is absolutely wonderful. So I'm up here at the store. Got to get the pets some food. I got to get Mrs. Arizona and I something to eat. But I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you about the drones over New Jersey. Who is freaking out about the drones over New Jersey? I pretty much guessed all along it's some kind of a military engagement, a military show, some private company engaged with the military are experimenting, let's say. Maybe they're trying to create an influx of UFO hysteria for some reason. An animated alien attack from outside this world. It's just absolutely crazy how people are going about this so stupidly. Our government is huge, and when the government comes out and they say, we don't know anything about it, we have no idea what these things are. So you mean to tell me that the United States of America, as huge as our government is, including the Pentagon and the military-industrial complex in America, that nobody knows what these things are? They're UFOs per se. Folks, you know right away, it is an outrageous falsehood that we pay people in the government literally billions of dollars a year. And those people cannot be in charge of protecting the airspace of America? Are you kidding me? They know exactly what these things are. I'm sure they're drones built by a private company for the military, and they're experimenting on how they fly. Because there's no way that the government, any officials in the government, can tell you, we don't know what they are, but there's nothing to worry about. You cannot have those two things said at the same time. It just doesn't make sense. They know exactly what they are, and they know exactly what they're doing. It's some kind of military exercise. It's some kind of a experiment from a private company. There is absolutely nothing to freak out about. They are not extraterrestrials from outside our universe. Period. And I was reading this morning that the people of New Jersey are going to take things into their own hands if nothing is done about these drones. Yeah, okay. First of all, you know it's against the law to fire weapons inside any city limits. And you certainly should not be randomly just firing bullets into the air, because those bullets have to come down somewhere, and you're putting people's lives at risk if you're just randomly shooting at something in the sky. Because 10 chances to 1, you're not gonna hit it. Most people do not know how to shoot a moving target especially in the sky, where the bullet is going to slow down rapidly before it gets to the target. And you have to shoot in front of something that's moving in order to make a hit. And the average Joe on the street is not going to be able to take his .308 hunting rifle and shoot down a large drone. It's impossible. Now, they did say that one of these drones crashed in a grocery store parking lot, but I've only seen that in a couple of different posts, and nobody is saying why it came down. Did somebody shoot it with a rifle? I highly, highly doubt it. It may have ran out of fuel or had some other kind of mechanical failure and it fell from the sky. Luckily, no one was hurt. But I listened to these people, and I think it was the governor of New Jersey, some moron, said, "We don't know what these things are, but they don't place any danger to the public." That's just crazy, man. You can't say something unidentified flying around your area is not a danger to the public. It is. Period. But it cracks me up that all the bull crap that we get from the local people and the government people in New Jersey and the government people in Washington, D.C. I mean, they literally think people are that stupid that, oh, we don't know what's flying around in our skies. Incredible. Donald Trump was absolutely correct in saying, if we don't know what these things are, shoot them down. And he didn't mean hunters with .308 rifles shooting at them. He meant for the military to take a Cobra attack helicopter and just dust them out of the sky. Period. But, folks, I'll tell you what, from when I was a young man watching the news to now, the news is absolutely pathetic. I mean, literally, they get all these dumbass people on there, and you cannot believe what any of them say. And I'll give you a for instance. So it looks like a news organization with George Stephanopoulos had to pay Trump $15 million because they outrageously lied about something. So can you trust the news organizations to give you the truth, not only about Donald Trump and what Donald Trump plans to do, but anything? Drones in New Jersey. They're trying to make a huge, huge issue out of, we don't know what these things are. They could be extraterrestrial invaders for all we know. Bull crap. You mean to tell me that in New Jersey is a highly populated state. New Jersey has news crew helicopters. So are you telling me that none of these news crew helicopters were flown at night to see what these things are and get it on video? Or have they been told by the government not to do it? In either case, you know right away it is a government experiment. But America, sadly to say, are full of ignorant people. And then those ignorant people go on the local news or the mainstream media and just puke up a bunch of unknowing garbage. Like, I'm going to sit in my home in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm going to watch the news, and I'm going to say, oh my God, honey, the government doesn't know what these things are. Could it be a threat to our living here? No, folks. Absolutely not. The government, whether you want to believe it or not, there are many incompetent people in government and incompetent people in the media. The first thing New Jersey should have done was put up a news helicopter and get these things on video to see what the hell they are. Oh, it's a commercial drone. Okay. So now what they need to do is find out, where are these drones coming from? Meaning, where are they being launched from? Where are they going? See, folks, you know right away. So these drones have been flying basically every night from dusk to who knows however long, right? But funny thing, they didn't fly on Thanksgiving. So does that mean that the extraterrestrials celebrate Thanksgiving also like we do? I don't think so. So there are certain key factors that should weigh into your decision on what these things really are. I was reading yesterday that somebody who basically is a private contractor for the government said that these drones have the capability of sniffing radiation. So are they flying these things over the country trying to sniff out some sort or some type of dirty bomb that would give off radiation that these things would pick up, and they could hone in on where the radiation is coming from? I don't know. It could be a possibility, right? I mean, there's so many nutballs out in the world today that, yeah, that could be a possibility, that they're looking for signatures of radiation. And these things have some type of a sensor to sense the offspring of radiation, and they could go swarm in like they did at Mar-a-Lago, swarm in and get the radiation, find the dirty bomb. Could happen, I don't know. But to me, it just seems like a random government experiment or exercise of some kind. So am I gonna freak out about drones in the country? No, I'm not. Are they x-raying our homes? Maybe. Who knows? I mean, you're never, ever going to get the truth from the government, because they will say that it is a secret. It is a secret something. A mission. Secret mission. And are they x-raying our homes and infecting us with some sort of radiation? Who knows? They're not going to tell you. Okay, all you have to do is go back to the Betty Cash UFO sighting of the, I don't know what it was, the 70s or the 80s, where Betty Cash observed a triangle UFO somewhere in Texas, and her car got really, really hot, and within the next couple of days, her hair started falling out, her skin was burned, she had her mother and grandson with her, and her mother and grandson were also affected. The car was super hot, their hair started falling out, so they were affected by some sort of radiation. A bunch of these helicopters came in and they were leading the UFO. It's a big story. You can look it up if you've never heard it. But she literally tried to sue the government for her health issues, and the government totally denied the triangle-shaped UFO with flame coming out of the bottom of it. They totally ignored the helicopters escorting it. The government totally denied everything. Same with Area 51. I mean, look at, for years and years, they denied that Area 51 existed. Then they denied that Area 51 was used for testing spy planes. The government denies everything because it is a secret, and we, the poor average people of America, we don't need to know. So you can go back to the Betty and Barney Hill story, where Betty and Barney Hill claim to be abducted by extraterrestrials in a UFO, and there were traces of something on Betty's clothes. There were traces of something on the Hills' vehicle. Who knows? That could have been a government experiment even back then. Lonnie Zamora in Socorro, New Mexico, where he saw this egg-shaped craft land on the ground, two little people in white overalls around it. All this stuff is documented. We know that something happened, but we don't know exactly what happened. All we have is their word that something happened. And the Lonnie Zamora case is probably the most highly documented with actual facts. There were landing marks on the ground. The sand had been vitrified underneath the craft. There were little footprints around where the craft was. All of these sorts of things were actually documented, but they still made fun of Lonnie Zamora, a very, very credible New Mexico State police officer. They made fun of Lonnie Zamora because that's the only way that they can cover their crap up, is by making other people look bad. So if these people in New Jersey are, I don't want to say stupid, maybe some of them are just scared of what could fall out of their skies, which I don't blame them for. But to think that UFOs are flying over the state of New Jersey randomly every night at certain times, I think that maybe they should seek some kind of assistance with their brain. That's the only way I can put it. And this other story that there's an Iranian mothership off the coast. And this Iranian mothership is letting all of these little baby drones out of it to go into New Jersey. Crazy. That is another sort of look over here, don't look over there type story. Now, we have the Coast Guard, we have the Navy. Are you telling me that military intelligence is not smart enough to know that there is an Iranian warship off the coast of America that is launching drones? No, folks. I'm certain that is not the case. That would be utterly ridiculous. I don't believe it for even 1 second that the Coast Guard and the Navy wouldn't know anything about an Iranian warship launching drones off like an aircraft carrier to invade the state of New Jersey. What is it? War of the Worlds all over again? People go into panic mode because there's a drone whirling around in the sky over their neighborhood, thinking that UFOs or aliens are going to abduct them at any moment. Folks, you've watched too many horror movies. You've watched too many UFO type shows to think that any of that would be real. I don't get it, folks. I've seen things that I thought could be UFOs, but I mean, honestly, who knows? You got the Phoenix Lights case here that happened back in, I don't know, I think it was 1997. The Phoenix Lights case where this big UFO, triangle shaped or whatever it was, came down from Prescott across Phoenix, went to Tucson and then disappeared. And even Fife Symington, our old governor, said, "Oh yeah, I saw it. It blocked out the stars. It was so huge." I don't know, folks. I lived here then, and the only thing I saw floating in the sky was flares that had been dropped by the Air Force. I seen them floating down from the sky, and they each burned out at separate times. It was not a big deal. But you got a million people saying, "Oh yeah, we saw this giant V-shaped UFO with 6 lights across the back of it. It blocked out the stars." I don't know, folks. I didn't see it. I saw military flares dangling from their little parachutes until they burn out. So, again, was it some kind of a cover-up? I have no idea. But people, honestly, make way, way too much out of this stuff because they have watched way, way too many late-night science fiction movies. And their brain just immediately wants to go to, it's an extraterrestrial entity from an unknown star system. Okay, if you want to go there, then go there. But I am not going to be believing you. Because drones over New Jersey is not an attack by extraterrestrials. So, I mean, if you go on X, there's literally thousands of posts about drones over New Jersey. It's crazy, folks. It's a government experiment, and if you don't want it to take place over your neighborhoods in New Jersey, contact the government, tell them you've had enough and you would like it to stop. Complain about it, make your voices heard, but contact the right people, not Alejandro Mayorkas, who is basically a paid liar in the Biden administration, or that guy Kirby from the Defense Department or wherever he's from. You can just tell those two guys are like the biggest dorks in government, and they literally get paid millions of dollars a year to lie to you. And until you realize that, I don't know what to tell you. I try to look at everything like from a logical perspective rather than non-logical perspective. So let's just be smart about it. Just, if you're unhappy with drones flying over your homes at the same time every night, they know, trust me, people in government know what these things are. It's not that great of a mystery. So contact Joe Biden and tell him, please stop flying drones over our neighborhoods. That's what you can do. Complain to the government that you don't like drones flying over your neighborhood. Anyway, folks, that's pretty much what I have for you today. I hope that you're planning on having a great Christmas. Shortly after Christmas, we'll have New Year's, and then Donald Trump will be sworn in. He will get his new cabinet in place, and we can go about living our lives once again. I see that finally in Phoenix, gas prices have now started coming down. A price for a gallon of gas today in Phoenix is $2.93, which I'm absolutely fine with. I'm hoping it gets back down to like $2.39. I'll be happy. The world will be a better place to live. Grocery prices will start coming down. Trump's going to get in there his first 100 days. He's going to secure the border. And he's going to do numerous other things. Hopefully issue a few hundred pardons to people that should have never gotten caught up in what they got caught up in. Hopefully that'll happen on day 1 or day 2. Then we can all sit back and watch Democrats go absolutely crazy that Trump pardoned these people. All the while being silent about the literal maniacs that the Biden administration has already pardoned. So there's two sides to every story. You just have to sit back, live your life one day at a time. Let's give Trump credit. He's going to end the war in Ukraine, hopefully on day 3 or 4. Things in our lives will start getting better. We'll have things to be happy about. America will go back to being a successful country once again. It'll be profitable. People can hire more people. Unemployment will go down. And things in our lives will begin to get better. So folks, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button, share it on social media. Get the word out there that everything is going to be okay. We don't have to go to New Jersey and shoot down an extraterrestrial army invasion. Everything is fine. All right, folks, go out there and do something nice for somebody. Arizona Guy, out.